Desert Storm was going on, and there was a lot of patriotism going around in the United States, and I was one of those people. I just wanted to be patriotic and serve my country, and so I went out to Korea. It was a hardship tour. So basically I was switching back and forth, doing all-night missions, doing a lot of walking. Our water was freezing. I'd have to sleep with it, basically evade detection from helicopters and tank turrets and things like that. So we were hiding all the time and constantly on the move. And I told the scout lieutenant that I was with that I hadn't had water for 2 days. This is after we got back from an all-night movement. So I went without water another day. When we went back to resupply, my body just shut down really fast. Like I was trying to drink water, I'd throw it up. And then before I knew it, I couldn't see, I was convulsing, I couldn't see anything. I could just feel an immense amount of pain. And apparently I coded out, which means I, probably died, and they had to resuscitate me. I ended up getting put out of the military on a medical discharge. It was really bad, and it affected me, and I started having anxiety attacks afterwards. I wasn't in a state of balance. Okay, I was either too overstimulated or too understimulated. I was worn out from being understimulated, or I was just like had all this energy where I just was going, and I couldn't stop. And I could never find that equilibrium or that peace, that I used to have, because the medications weren't working. Every medication I can imagine. I mean, I was taking 30 pills at one point a night. It was ridiculous. My stools, I had blood in my stools. I was noticing little bruises on my arm, and I just felt like I had no energy. And I knew something wasn't right. I didn't know what it was, though. So, I went in, I took it upon myself. I called my doctor. I was like, hey, I need to go get this test. So they called it in, and sure enough, my, liver was malfunctioning. And it was because, probably all the medications that I've taken, So eventually when I found out my liver was damaged, it was a turning point for me, and I just started researching CBD all the time. The medication they had me on, they told me that it can cause deadly rashes, it can kill you. I mean, there are so many side effects. And, CBD just didn't have that. And so I started taking it myself, and it just, I felt it working, pretty quickly. Just my emotional state was balanced. I wasn't overstimulated, I wasn't understimulated, I was just right. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing, is just the stress. The stress that I was caught in with PTSD, was actually lifted. I wasn't caught in this constant state of stress anymore. I was more balanced. Yeah, and then also my cognitive functioning was a lot smoother, I just could think more clearly. My mind wasn't all cloudy all the time. Yeah, so CBD helped significantly, and it helped fast. It was within probably a week, I was really feeling some major changes take place. I mean, if it does regulate stress, and if it does get rid of stress, and stress is the #1 cause of most disease, that's pretty huge. I mean, really, I just want to say that there's hope out there for people. Like me, I felt like I was never gonna find relief. And here today, I can say I do have relief, and it feels great, so.